Hey everyone, welcome on in to a very special Live at 5. It's time for our annual Veteran and Veteran Caregiver Scholarship Recipient Awards. Now, many of you know that I am an Air Force veteran and that Kevin is a Marine Corps veteran, but both of our fathers are also veterans. So my dad, Carroll Arthur Putnam Jr., and Kevin's father, Thomas E. Phillips, both served in the Navy. And when we started ClayShare, one of the things that I wanted to do is make sure I could give back to our veteran and veteran caregiver community. And even before I started ClayShare, I did a lot of work with veterans and veteran organizations to give back and to help veterans through using clay for therapy, and it was one of the most rewarding things I've ever done in my life. And I wanted to continue that and to provide a resource and a place where veterans can come and be welcome and supported, and they don't have to worry at all about paying for it ever. So this scholarship here is named for our fathers. It's a lifetime membership to ClayShare. That means they get all of the premium classes for free forever. They never have to pay for it. They also get all of the perks that come along with being a member of ClayShare, our amazing community. And as many of you heard on Monday, starting in January, ClayShare is going to be bigger and better than ever, and they'll get access to all of the new things that are coming, and we're very excited for that. So every year it's very difficult for us to choose the recipients. We open applications up around Veterans Day, and people are invited to nominate a veteran, or if they know of a veteran, to encourage a veteran to apply. And then when the applications come in, Kevin and I have to read them and choose. And it's very hard to choose. I want to give everybody a scholarship. And until I win the lottery, I cannot do that. So we have to pick. And I just want to say at the beginning, it's incredibly difficult. Everybody is deserving. And I hate more than anything having to pick one person over another, but it comes down to if you're a veteran or a veteran caregiver, it doesn't matter what service, it doesn't matter what country, and then we look at need on top of that, and that's where it really comes in for making the decision. It's very, very difficult. Thank you everyone for being here. This is the heart of ClayShare. It really is. And as a veteran who found pottery at a point when Kevin was deployed in Iraq and I was home with 2 small children, it probably saved me and kept me sane, because while I was throwing, it was the one time all the fears and doubt and worry fell away, and I was just making pottery. And I didn't think about all the awful things that could be happening to my husband while he was deployed. And as a veteran myself who had deployed to the Middle East, I know exactly firsthand what he was going through and what could be happening. And it was a really difficult time. And if I hadn't have found clay, I don't know what would have happened. It was very difficult, but I found it, and here I am all these years later, still making pottery, sharing my love of it with you all, and giving this opportunity to veterans and veteran caregivers. So many people reach out to us and ask if we have a fund that they can donate to. We don't currently have one. We pay for this, Kevin and I do, just out of our pockets. If you want to help, just join ClayShare. I mean, that's the best way to do it, right? Is join ClayShare and you can help. So I'm going to read these, and I'm going to not get too personal. People share very intimate details about their lives and what they've been through, and I just want to respect them and their privacy, so I'm not going to share too much. Also because I'll start crying, and you don't want that. It gets messy, and we don't want me crying. So tonight we won't be making anything in this broadcast. It's going to be me announcing the recipients, and then we'll end. So it'll be a short broadcast tonight. And then when we come back at 6:15, for my premium members, we're going to be wheel throwing a spiral chip and dip class. And I got to tell you, I've got 3 options for you. So if you're a wheel thrower, no matter where you are in your throwing journey, I've got an option. And hand builders, come watch, because I've got some tips that I did not share that you could incorporate in your hand building. I know you're thinking, how can that be for a wheel throwing class? But you can. So come at 6:15. That's for our premium class. Our veteran caregiver and scholarship recipients, they can come and watch. Now, some of these folks, I know one of them is already a ClayShare member. And what happens then is just their membership doesn't renew as a paid member. They just get lifetime scholarship. They just get it forever. And everybody who I announce the names, it usually takes us a few days to get everybody switched on and in. So just be patient. All right, so I'm going to go through this. Again, the criteria is you just have to be a veteran or a veteran caregiver from any branch of the service in any country. The applications open up in November every year, right around Veterans Day. That's the 11th of November. And they stay open through the entire month of November, and then we have to close them because I have to at some point stop and start reading the applications. And I think next year we're going to make the application less of a, I feel like it's an essay, like it's kind of free form and you just got to write your stuff. I think I'm going to make it a little more check boxes so it'll be easier for folks. But we had a record number this year, so it is always more people, and that's what we want. All right, are we ready to get to this? I'm really excited, and it is an honor that I can do this and I can help other veterans out. It's something we're going to always do. So this is I think the 7th year, because the first year we started ClayShare, I didn't do it. And our first recipient, Shauna Barnes, she doesn't really work in clay anymore due to some physical issues. But if she ever wants to come back and work in clay again, Shauna, my darling, you know you're welcome. And Jennifer Lara, I think, was our second recipient. And then after that, it kind of opened up, and I didn't do just one. It was more like, I don't know. One year, I don't know how many. I think we did 12 one year, but we do have to, I can't do all of them. So anyhow, we got 7 recipients this year, and let's read them. Jennifer's here. Hello. Hi. All right. So the first recipient, and after we went through and read the applications and we picked the 7, it was so hard. It was so hard. I don't know how to make it easy. There's no way. I want to give it to everybody. But the first recipient is a caregiver, and she's a caregiver for her father, who's a Navy Vietnam veteran, and he is struggling with cancer and other injuries. And she's also caring for her mom. So she's caring for her dad, who's a veteran, and her mom. But her mom's also like a caregiver too. So pottery's her therapy, and she had to stop for a while due to an injury of her own. She's starting to get back into it, and we are excited to give this scholarship to her and help encourage and support her so she can continue making pottery with us. And it's Deidre Dizon. Deidre, thank you for all that you have done, taking care of your dad and taking care of your mom and being a veteran caregiver. Oh, thank you, Liz. Yes, this is one of the things that I am very lucky to be able to do, that we're in a position that we can afford to do this. And anytime I'm asked to go teach veteran workshops, I don't ask to get paid for teaching. I just do it as a volunteer because I know those organizations need all the funding they can get, and I am just honored to be a part of it and to help out. So. And I don't know if Deidre is watching. I hope she is. If not, then we will email her and let her know. And this is your favorite time of year. Oh, caregiving is so very hard. Bravo to Deidre. Exactly. It's so hard. Yes, welcome. And I chose you years ago, and you're still so grateful that this has brought joy to your veteran dad and son and yourself. Oh, we are so glad that you're here making with us and part of our ClayShare family. It always makes me cry. I'm going to try not to cry, because I know people don't want to watch this. They're like, I don't want to watch this lady cry. Deidre, you're here, honey. I am so glad. Thank you. Thank you. I want to tell everybody, if you ever think about filling out the application, if you're a veteran or a veteran caregiver, and you're like, no, I'm not going to do it. That won't get chosen, or I don't need it as much as someone else. You never know. Please do it. Please fill it out. If you know of veterans, please. We'll remind you again next November at the start of the month. And as people reach out to me throughout the year, I tell them the applications don't open till November, just because it's easier to keep track of it all at once. But congratulations, Deidre. I am so glad we're able to do this. All right. So I think the way that this has been done is we're going back and forth between caregiver, veteran in announcing the recipients. And a couple of these folks have nothing to do with ClayShare at all at this point, but we are excited to have them come and join and be a part of our ClayShare family. Okay, so the next recipient is a veteran. She served in the Marine Corps, and she was one of the first female infantry Marines. Hoorah! Now, I was in the Air Force, so it's not the same, believe me. Marine Corps is a hard road to travel. Kevin was in the Marines, and for a WM, a woman Marine, you go, girl, you know. So she struggled to find what to do next, found the ceramics for fun, ceramics class for fun, and then it became her passion. She discovered us on YouTube and was hooked, and she loves the care and joy and knowledge that we spread to others. Ceramics has changed her life and helped inspire her to start her own small business selling ceramics. So she found us, was making pottery, found us on YouTube, and now is making and selling. And this is Autumn Taniguchi. Autumn, thank you so much for your service and welcome. And I am so proud of you that you found pottery, it became your passion, you continued with it, and now you have a business. You're selling your pottery, and that's one of the things we teach is we have a whole series on the business of pottery to help support potters, whether you're a veteran caregiver or not, doesn't matter, but to support you in your pottery journey and how to sell your pots. We just did a really great one on setting up your pottery booth and selling at craft fairs. So yeah, Autumn, you're gonna love being part of ClayShare. So we have a great veteran community in ClayShare. So, and even non-veteran, everybody's so supportive here. That's the best. So, all right. Oh, Catherine. You're so welcome. Catherine is one of the past recipients of our scholarship. And, we don't do it for a year. That was one of the things, and my accountant doesn't love it, but I don't care. I'm doing it forever. That's the way it works. You get a scholarship forever. So the next recipient is a caregiver, and they're a retired educator and a caregiver for her husband, who's a Navy veteran, who has health issues. I won't list all of them, but, he needs her to care for him. And illnesses in her family dictate her whole life. And we know how it is when you have family members who have illnesses and you're the caregiver for them. You come second, third, fourth, fifth, maybe last. If everything for you gets shoved to the side so you can take care of another or multiple others. And that's really hard. It's hard on you physically, emotionally, and mentally. And the wonderful thing about this, for this person, she's now going to have us to support her, and she's not going to have to worry about paying for her membership. So she decided to learn pottery. She did not know it would be so difficult to find instruction and that would be so expensive. Right? That's one of our things, is making ceramic education affordable and available to anybody, anywhere. She just wanted something she could do at home that was fun and provide an outlet for her mind. Pottery takes me away from grief, sadness, and loss. And then in closing, thank you, Jessica, for teaching me so much. You and pottery have provided me a beautiful piece. I will forever be grateful. And Melanie Pulaski, thank you for taking care of your dad and for your family members, but don't put yourself last anymore. Take time for you. And now you don't have to worry about it becoming an expense. It's taken care of. So our third recipient is Melanie Pulaski as a caregiver, and she's going to have a lifetime scholarship to ClayShare. She doesn't have to worry about that anymore. That's one thing that you can just put to the side and not worry about, and know that we're here anytime, day or night. You can come watch a class. They're all there. 1,400 hours. 1,400 hours of content we have. So you know what? If you need us, you can just click a button and we're there. You can make something. Something as simple as a little thumb. We did the little thimble houses, you know, those little teeny tiny sculptures, to a big wheel throwing class. Whatever you want, we got it for you. It's been so sad for you. Oh, Deidre, you do not have to say goodbye. You're with us. You've got us. We're here for you. All right. So our next recipient is a veteran, and they were nominated by their spouse, and he is an Army veteran that's permanently disabled from his military service. And they started a family pottery studio last year, but with the cold weather, his back became so bad he was not able to throw like he likes to do in the warmer months. And I feel you there, because the cold weather makes it hard to move, makes it hard to throw. And I know it must be so hard for him. So she would love for him to be able to learn more hand building techniques. And you know, as someone who started as a wheel thrower and then transitioned into hand building is something you can do your entire life. Wheel throwing does require a lot of strength, a lot of strain on your back and your hands and arms. Hand building, you can continue to do forever. And she thinks something like this would be invaluable to his personal pottery development and to your studio and for your relationship too. So our fourth recipient is Army veteran Jason Budden. Congratulations, Jason. Give your wife, Jessica, a great big hug. One, because she has the best name out there, but also because she nominated you for this scholarship. And we have hundreds of hand building classes for you, and you can start at any level, work your way up, whatever you want to know, we've got you. I have great projects that are good. If it's cold in your studio, I have projects you can do sitting at the kitchen counter. I have projects you could do, you just get a TV tray or a portable little like activity tray, and you can sit in your living room and do little projects. So many things for you. So Jason, welcome to ClayShare. And thank you for your service. And Jessica, thank you for nominating him. Kathleen, woohoo, I know. Welcome to the family. It's so good. I love it, I love it. All right, moving on. So the next recipient is a caregiver. She is the wife of a disabled Navy veteran. And they have 4 children, 3 healthy boys, and this little girl who sadly passed away when she was 6. She cares for her family and all of her husband's needs. He's now in a wheelchair, and she's been enjoying ClayShare and watching classes. Carving clay is her passion, and she teaches as a volunteer at the senior center. If she wins this, she would be able to continue to learn from us. And a lot of folks who applied this year, I know it's been a difficult year, and there's a lot of people that are feeling strains on their pocketbooks, and I want, you know, if I can help, I'm going to. And so, Bridget Russell, thank you for your service and taking care of your husband, and you are our 5th recipient in the caregiver category. So, Bridget, you don't have to worry about that now. One less thing to worry about. You can just take care of your husband, worry about your boys. You know, make pottery, be with us. Know that we're all here and we'll always be here for you. And we are full of ideas on how to stay warm. We will. Yeah, we have so many ideas on how to stay warm. And, you know, also sometimes we need this. Sometimes you're feeling down. You're just having a bad day. Maybe you're feeling uninspired. This is the place to come. Somebody will be there to help you. They'll help pick you up. They will give you some ideas, some suggestions. Whether it's a class I did or not, our community is there for you. And that's what we all need. We need community above everything else. Community and then pottery classes, right? Community, pottery classes. At least that's how I feel. We all need each other. So our next recipient is in the veteran category, and they were nominated by the president of the Carolina Clay Guild, Daniel Farley. Well, we're not going to say congratulations on the person yet. Thank you, Daniel, for writing in. You know, this person takes classes at the Art Alliance, where Daniel is an active member of. That's the Art Alliance of Greensboro. And they met during Open Studio years ago. This person has led an amazing life, and in his retirement, he's been active in hands-on creating. I can't think of anyone in the community who's more respected. He served our country valiantly, having been a POW in Vietnam for 7 years. 7 years as a POW. He was a professor later as a commander at the Naval War College until he retired from duty, and deserves our praise. He absolutely does. Absolutely. This brief summary hardly does him justice. No, it doesn't. Porter Halliburton, congratulations. Welcome to ClayShare. We are honored to have you, sir. Come serve with us, although it's in the service of making pottery and being surrounded by a wonderful, supportive community. So welcome to ClayShare. Daniel, thank you so much for nominating Porter. We will get him set up, and I am so glad that he's going to be part of our ClayShare family. So that's our 6th nominee and recipient. You love this part of ClayShare. I try to actually this is so hard for me, to not cry and to actually keep speaking, because it's really hard when you're like so emotionally overcome to actually say words and sound like, and to make sense. But I'm hanging on here. So we have one left for this year. And before I read this recipient's name and about them, I just want to say, if you are not chosen, don't give up. Please apply again next year. Maybe you didn't give us enough information. Again, what happens is you have to be a veteran or a veteran caregiver, so that's pretty easy. Doesn't matter when or where or what country or branch of service, none of that matters. But we need to know information, and when we're picking, there has to be more than just, I was a veteran and I like pottery. And if someone wrote that in, you have to give me more information if I'm going to pick you, only because there's so many people that give me more information, and I want to make sure the person who gets this is someone who is deserving, which I believe everybody is, but that it will actually help them and they will use it. So, awesomeness, Porter, right? Oh, he's a man. We're gonna. I hope he joins in a broadcast, and so we can all thank him for his service to our country. All right, so. The last recipient for this year is in the caregiver category, and their husband served in the Army during Operation Enduring Freedom. We are one of the fortunate families as we were able to put our lives back together after his return. I hear you. I hear you there. After Kevin deployed to Iraq twice, and I had left service at that time, and I was home with the kids, and he was gone, and he came home full time. It was probably the most difficult point in our marriage and our relationship, having him transition back in. And I don't think you can understand unless you've been there. It is so hard figuring out how your family can come back together, if it can. Sometimes it can't come back together because your family's torn apart for this chunk of time, and it's very difficult. So I'm very thankful for you that you were able to put your lives back together. Yeah, that's one of the hardest things. However, his disability has inspired me to continue to work with family members of veterans. She has volunteered through the National Alliance for the Mentally Ill, NAMI, N-A-M-I, and the deployed units through their Family Readiness Group, the FRG. This scholarship will empower her to grow as an artist, and she hopes someday to use her art to provide support for military families, especially those who are affected by PTSD, homelessness, and suicide. Absolutely, Tracy. Absolutely. So Tracy Caldwell, thank you for taking care of your husband. Thank you to your husband for his service. I am so happy that you were able to put your family back together, that he came home, because a lot of husbands and wives, daughters, sons, brothers, sisters, they did not come home. And thank you for all the volunteering that you're doing and helping out. I do hope the scholarship will help you. You know, it's a very real thing that many people don't know, that 22 veterans take their lives every day. So every day, 22 veterans just cannot cope anymore. And everything gets to be too much for them. And they just decide to end the pain the only way they know how. And it's really horrible that it's a permanent solution. And there's just not enough organizations for veterans in need out there. You know, we don't talk much, Kevin and I, are about our military experience. And we don't talk much about what happened to us while we served. And I don't think we will, just because we keep that part private. But there's a lot of struggle people don't see. And there's a lot of difficulties sometimes in just coping day to day. And every veteran who has served deals with this. Every veteran caregiver deals with it because they see their veteran that they love struggling and coping and trying to make sense of the world again. And sometimes you just don't know how. So, you know, maybe something that everyone can do is see if there's a veteran organization in your area that you can help out in some small way. It doesn't have to be a big way. It could be they need something and you donate clothing, or maybe you donate time. It can be a monetary donation, but it doesn't have to. There's other ways to help out. But I think it's something, the awareness that veterans struggle with mental illness, suicide, and there's not the support out there for them. So I want to say thank you to everyone who filled out an application this year. I am honored to be able to give these 7 folks memberships to ClayShare forever. And I hope they come and join us. Some of them are already with us. But, you know, we have new faces, new names in here. And I'm excited to have them be a part of us and grow and be supported by what we offer and what we can do here. And, you know, maybe I would hope someday to be able to do more. And we'll see what the future brings with ClayShare. You know, this is a great thing that we can do this. And if you want to find a way that you can help, you can always reach out to your local VA and see what they have for opportunity. And there's a lot of veteran organizations. I know of a few, and there are some links that I have shared in the past that I will try to get together for tomorrow and put up so that those of you who want to help out can. Those of you who are out there that are veterans or people who know about organizations, if you want to share links or the names of organizations that can help veterans out, please do so we can share among our community and support each other. And of course, this by no means is not saying that other groups of people are not in need and other groups of people do not need support. But as a veteran, this is what we do. So sometimes after I do this, I get letters from folks saying, well, why don't you support X group? And it's not that I don't want to support everybody in the world. I absolutely do. It's just I have to pick what I can do. And as a veteran, that's where I choose to help. So, all right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to my ClayShare members, veterans or not, caregiver or not. You're all welcome here. Thank you for supporting each other. Thank you for being so kind and encouraging. And thank you for just being wonderful and making everybody want to keep working and making pottery. That's what we're all about. You know, I always end with thank you for being here, and until we meet again, make great pots. And what I mean by that doesn't mean it's the best pot that's ever been made. Make a pot that makes you feel great. That's what I mean about that. Make great pots. Pots that make you feel great. That's what I'm saying. So, and until we meet again, premium members, I will see you in a few minutes at 6:15 to make spiral bowls.